What's up, everybody? Andrew Sloss with Sloss Career Coaching. Hope you're doing well on this Easter Sunday evening. Hey, I was thinking about something today. It was uh, it was March 30th, 2017. Actually, March 30th, 2017. Um, when I got laid off from a job, first time I'd been laid off from a job in my career, and my wife and I and my daughter at the time, there just were the three of us, had just moved to Tennessee for this position, to lead a practice. So we had been to Tennessee. We'd been in Tennessee for, I don't know, let's say 7 months, maybe 7 months, not quite, probably not a full 7 months. Just bought our first brand new house. It was a beautiful house. It was on a golf course. Not because we had that kind of money. Don't get it wrong. Just it just happened to fall to us in the process for buying a home that was the one that our offer was accepted on. We didn't think there was any chance that we were gonna get that house, but anyways, um, just relocated to the Nashville area. Hadn't really spent much time building my own network there because I was so focused on trying to do a good job at my new company. And I was doing a really good job. I was crushing it. The practice that I had been brought in to take over needed lots of help, needed lots of work. There was lots of dysfunction in the group. There was no like business development plan in place. It was really kind of like the wild wild west when it came to business development. There was lots of infighting, lots of possessiveness over individual accounts, people not wanting to share information with others because they were afraid they'd lose the account. It was a hot mess, and so it was a lot of work to try to clean it up, and I was making some really good progress in cleaning that up and establishing some rules and parameters around how we were going to go to market and all this sort of stuff. And you know from really out of the blue, I remember it was a Friday, and I got called into my boss's office. We normally had a weekly update call. It wasn't normally on Fridays. It was normally on Wednesdays, but it had been rescheduled, which is maybe the first indication that something was up. But I hadn't gotten any bad reviews up to that point. No one had really said much about anything, and so walked in there like, well, we're sorry to say, but we're laying you off. And I was shocked. Like at that point, let's see, how old was I? I was 41. I'm 48 now, so that was 7 years ago about. And up to that point in my career, I'd never been laid off. Um, and there was no like indications that it was coming, so that was a surprise. And like I said, we just bought this house. We had a mortgage, and so it was rough. It was very rough. So I'm just hopping on here because I was thinking about that memory today, and just thought I would just share with you. I've been there for any of you that have recently been laid off, or maybe you were laid off a while back and are still looking for work. I see you. I feel you. I know what that's like. Um, I was the primary breadwinner in my family at the time that I got laid off. My wife was just starting a new job the following week, but she was mostly starting that job because she just was looking. She was just was looking to have some work. To be honest, our daughter was in daycare at that point. She was only 2. Yeah, she was 2 at the time, so she was in daycare. So my wife, you know, had spent the first couple months that we were there getting the house in order, and then she was looking for work, and then she suddenly became the primary breadwinner of the family because I wasn't working. And because I had not had a chance to build my network in the Nashville area, I kind of started off from scratch, and it was a lot of work, man. Um, and so, anyways, I'm just sharing this because I know how scary it can be when you go through a layoff. I know how scary it can be in a tough job market. After I was laid off, the job market was actually fairly good, but I still struggled with finding my next job. It was really, really difficult. And part of it was, at least initially, we just had bought this house, so we were trying to stay in Tennessee. And so I was looking for jobs that were primarily in Nashville and primarily in in the Nashville area. We were living in Murfreesboro at the time, so somewhere that was close by. Was more than willing to travel if that was what was required, but I just had a hard time getting any bites of the apple. And it was also the first time in my life, at the age of 41, that I couldn't get interviews. I've never had that problem before in my life of not being able to get interviews. I think in the first 6 months after I had been laid off, I think I had definitely not more than 3 interviews, and I want to say it was only 1 or 2 interviews. And obviously, I didn't get the job because I'm talking to you about it. But it was really frustrating. It was really, really frustrating to not be getting interviews because it was so new to me, and it was definitely lots of questions about what have I done wrong, what's wrong with me, what's going on, and just lots of questions, lots of frustrations. And it wasn't until so like I said, I got laid off in March of 2017. It wasn't until I think September that I finally was like, shoot, I gotta hire a coach. I just had to look at it that way. And I probably wasn't even looking. I actually probably wasn't even looking for a coach at the time. But the person I hired as a coach, Kara, she reached out to me on LinkedIn, and offered to talk with me for an hour for free to kind of hear about where I was having issues with my career search. And so I did that, and it was the best decision of my life. And obviously, I'm a career coach, and so you might say, oh well, you're just saying that because you're a career coach and you're trying to get someone to call you. I'm not. I really am not. I am simply sharing that working with Kara changed my life. Like, she took my resume, which I thought was good. It wasn't. She took my resume and completely revolutionized it, completely turned it around, totally built up a story of my successes that I was not able to do on my own. And in addition to that, she also was very instrumental in helping me with my interview prep and my interview skills. So it just was extremely, extremely good decision on my part to hire her and to work with her to do a good job. And it really changed my life. And it was really that experience working with her that resulted in me being a career coach today. So I just wanted to hop on here. This is kind of a lengthy video. Really do encourage you, if you've gone through a layoff, or maybe you've been fired, or maybe you voluntarily left someplace and you're having a hard time finding your next gig. There's hope. You will find it. You will get there. I promise you that. But yes, if you want to talk about some of the struggles you're having in your job search, if you're stressed out about it, you want to have a sounding board or whatever, you're more than welcome to set up a free consultation with me. And listen, every consultation with me is free. I never charge anything. I never pressure you for money. I never pressure you for a sale. I want to be able to help people as a career coach. So if you just want to talk about where you're at in your job search, you want to vent about your frustrations with your job search, how you're being treated by recruiters in your industry, whatever the case may be, book some time with me. Happy to talk with you. Happy to give you some advice on things that I'm seeing in the job market. So yeah, let me know. Otherwise, keep at it. Keep getting out there, applying for jobs, leveraging your network, reaching out to recruiters. And good news is coming. Good news is definitely coming. I'll talk to you later. See ya.